Hey Aries, hi, this is your love reading for May 2022 and we will look at the energies between your specific person and yourself and hopefully put that in the context of manifestation and creating your own future. Anyway, first of all, we're going to start off with two cards, one for where you are in this connection, one where they are. And this can help in terms of whatever you're trying to manifest. Okay, you, Page of Swords reversed and the World. Okay, there's a certain degree of negativity here, Aries. You think that the situation is not growing, it's come to an end. Ace of Pentacles upright. You're still hopeful though. I think you're still hopeful about this situation working out, but you think it's over, totally over. I think there's also an element here where you've been tempted to spy on this person through social media, trying to keep an eye on them. But I also get the impression here that you're trying to avoid talking to any of their friends. It's almost as if you don't want to know what's happening because it might hurt you more. But you've got hope. You've got hope for a new beginning, which is probably why you're watching this tarot reading. Okay, so where are they in this connection? Queen of Cups. For me, this is a divine love card. They love you, okay? Rest assured they love you. Seven of Swords. Okay. The card of sneakiness. The Hermit reversed. Okay. They love you. But at the moment, they're probably doing no contact with you of some sort. Avoiding you. But believe me, again, just as you got the Ace of Discs here to want to move forward with this, they got the Hermit. They also want to move forward with this. They haven't given up on it. And why would they? They're in love. Okay, they're in love. Okay, so that's the preamble. So where you both are. Now, let's look more deeply into this connection. 4 cards. First one is going to be their feelings for you. Secondly, it's how they connect with you from the soul. Thirdly, their actions in May. And then, where is this connection heading? It's kind of like an outcome card, but with relationships, I'm sure we all know there's no outcome. Things just continue. And you have to keep on working at stuff. There's no outcome. Ridiculous concept. Okay, so let's look at this. All right, so their feelings. 10 of Swords upright. Okay, we've just seen that they're in love with you. Queen of Cups. And because they're in love with you, and I'm guessing they're not with you, they are in absolute, total despair. As a feelings card, this isn't feeling like I want to split up with somebody. This is feeling in despair. There's no hope. Total and utter ruin. They believe that this relationship is irreconcilable. 4 Cups reversed. They miss you. So they're in despair. But there's a certain discontent here about this because they're in despair because you're not there. Basically, you're not there. You're just not there. And that's sending them crazy. King of Swords. I think this is you. This is how they see you. Or how they feel about you. No, how they see you. They see you as determined. Cold, perhaps. Perhaps you've been cold with them. Perhaps you've not contacted them, or when you do contact them, it's like You're just very straight with them. There's not much warmth to it. But they see you as the King of Swords. That's not a bad thing, by the way. But it's not the King of Cups. So in their soul, what are they feeling in their soul at the moment for this connection? This is Ace of Cups reversed. Sadness, depression. Kind of reflecting what's happening here with the Ten of Swords. Page of Wands reversed. Yeah, there's a certain degree of holding back from this. Seven of Swords reversed. Holding back big time. But they want to kind of make this... There's a certain repression at the soul level. They're repressing their love for you because to feel this love, which they got in the Queen of Cups, causes them to feel despair. So they're suppressing this. And they're suppressing their desire to see you. And they're feeling this kind of remorse about this whole situation. Like, what have they done? Something's happening here and they feel remorse at the soul level for what's happening. As if they're responsible for this. At some level, they feel like they're responsible. I'm not sure if that resonates or not. But something they've done, there is an element of remorse. Actions in May. Tarot is fantastically good, but that's fantastically good. It's fantastic, it just is. But it's not very good at timing. So actions in May, the Empress. Possibly May going on into April. They want to build. They want this relationship to grow and expand. And they will be putting in actions to do that. And by the way, these actions you might be thinking are in the physical 3D world, not necessarily. This could be them expanding emotionally for you. Okay. Some of you, by the way, there could be pregnancy here. Watch out. Okay, so Three of Swords. What they're afraid of is, they're afraid of loving you. I see it here with the Ace of Cups reversed. They're afraid of how much love they've got for you, because that love to them means that they're potentially going to be hurt. And that makes them scared, I think. It brings this element of discontent. They don't want to miss you. It's almost as if they don't actually want to love you, because that means they're going to hurt. Because becoming vulnerable to you, this vulnerability, which is going to take place, becoming vulnerable in this opening up their soul and their heart, which they're going to be doing, they're afraid it's going to hurt them. But nothing to worry about. Seven of Pentacles upright. They're taking tiny steps here. This is a card of working at it. There will be setbacks and so forth, but I think they understand that is how this is going to be resolved in some way. It is a relationship, and that's what you got to do. And you're not going to build a relationship unless you can both be vulnerable. Okay, so let's move this across a little bit because I kind of like to see some symmetry. So where is this heading? End of May into April, we have Temperance, reversed, Four of Swords. Okay. there is one more card for that. The World, okay. Move it up a bit. Okay, so there's increasingly there's going to be an emotional instability here, emotional imbalance on behalf of your person. And they'll want to step back from this. Because they are afraid of being hurt, they want to pause it. That's not a case of ending anything. It's just trying to work out how you complete this stage of the relationship and move on to the next stage, which is the World. Because I think this is a relationship which will blossom, and it will come to a stage where your person will think, okay, or maybe you both, you've gone for your initial courting, whatever it might be, and that stage is done, it's completed. And you can move on to the next stage. This isn't an ending, not the ending of a relationship, it's the ending of a part of this relationship, the completion of a part of this relationship. And this pause before we complete it is a case of like, all right, okay, that's done. Now I need to contemplate how we move on to the next stage. But at the moment, this person is in despair because they're having to open up their hearts and become vulnerable. I don't know whether you've argued or whatever, but there is, or split or whatever, but this is coming together. Okay, so one last card, and this card is what your person would like to say to you if they could be upfront and vulnerable. People are never upfront and vulnerable, are they? Very rarely. But if they could be upfront, honest and vulnerable, what would they say to Aries? What would they say to Aries? Okay, I feel that is it. Two of Swords. Okay. They've got a decision to make. And that's a decision about either being with you or not being with you, or committing to this connection. And yeah, 7 of Cups reversed. So they want to say they've got to make a decision. They know we've got to make a decision. And they're coming to a resolution. This is no longer about options. They're no longer in the illusion of love. The illusion of love. The illusion of what this relationship could be about. They know what it's about. And we know, realistically, they're going to have to take a decision. At the moment, they need more time to take that decision. Okay, I hope, Aries, that was helpful. Okay, thanks very much. Bye-bye.